Hey guys, and welcome to another ST gaming video where we are going to have a look at Super Space Invaders, published by Domark in 1991 and developed by the Kremlin. And they also developed Thunder, Yours and The Spy Who Loved Me, and a couple of other ST titles. And having a look at the first ad, it's actually separated onto two different pages. And the first one shows the first Space Invader game from 1979, and interestingly enough, they're not using the original graphics. I don't know why. Maybe Taito didn't license them the rights to use these, or maybe they just got lazy. I don't know, because yeah, that illustration looks pretty funky. And there was also another ad that looked much cooler. It was in landscape format and of course showed you the screenshots from the arcade, I'm pretty sure. And this is of course based on Taito's arcade game released in '90, which was a sequel to Space Invaders. That I believe was released in 1978 and it was a huge success all over the world. It was developed by Taito, and apparently this caused a shortage of coins in Japan when it was released. I'm not sure if that is true or not, but I read about that on the internet. But it certainly was an influential arcade game that was a huge success all over the world. It's pretty much legendary. And Super Space Invaders was designed by Tomohiro Ono. And as far as I can see on Moby Games, he only seems to have been involved in one other arcade game, and that was Dino Rex from 1992. Otherwise, he seems to have been working mostly on Nintendo DS stuff. And I never got to play Super Space Invaders, the arcade version back in the day. But it was decently fun playing it, but it was maybe a bit slow when you initially only have one shot in the air or in space. Until you upgrade, then you can fire more shots and more bullets. But it was, decent amounts of fun, I would say. But not really a timeless classic like the first one. But hey, let's just dive into the ST version. And a pretty nice looking loading screen. And there's also a pretty cool looking intro, so let's have a look at that because I haven't watched it fully yet. That was pretty awesome. Never seen that before, as far as I can recall anyway. This probably took up the entirety of disc number 1. And load times are pretty severe, I must say. And we get a cool digi-tune as well, with sound effects from the arcade, the original, anyway. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I would have been pretty impressed by this, I think. So far, things are looking really, really nice and promising. And the construction workers that are renovating my house here have finally left for lunch. So I have a brief window to get some recording done here. And we get a backstory of the original arcade. That's pretty neat. And I may have played this back in the day. I kind of vaguely remember the screenshots, but I don't remember any of the intros or so. Maybe I only played a demo or something. I don't really remember. But the backstory seems pretty involved here. And I'm going to compress this down, so if you want to read this, just pause. Wow, there's so many cool looking graphics here. So the question begs, is there enough space for the actual game? Yeah, I think it looped now, so let's just press fire and get busy blasting some filthy Space Invaders. Okay, normal game or advanced game? I have no idea what this means. For some reason now it's working. Select zone. Alright. Yeah, we can only select stage or zone 1 or 2, so let's begin at the beginning, which is usually a fairly good idea. More animations? Wow! Yeah, it's hard work, but someone's got to do it, right? That sample, though. Finally. There's so much loading in this game. And so many animations and stuff. And yeah, they're pretty cool, but I really hope you can kind of skip past that. Because otherwise it's going to be a pain to restart this. But yeah, finally, we're in the game. And it certainly is quite a lot slower than the arcade. That's for sure. Can I get the... No, I can't. Mr. Mothership, or the mystery ship. And yeah, I'm not sure if I did play this back in the day. I kind of recognize it somehow. Oh, did I really get hit there? Oh, man. Get the ship, get the... nope. Oh, I got it. Can I get the power up? Oh, I think I did. So we get, I think, increased shots in the air, or maybe not. Well, it's maybe more powerful. I don't know. Blow up the ship. Nope. Yeah, this is quite different compared to the arcade. You know, the feel of it is really quite different. It's still quite slow, which I felt was kind of a bit of a problem with the arcade as well. It did get better when you get a couple of power-ups. At least you can fire faster, but it's not exactly R-Type, is it? But it was decent amounts of fun. And then you get flipping cornered. Oh, that was kind of a problem in the arcade as well. Even more so here. Because there's so many projectiles in the air. Oh, come on. Oh, it takes too long to get out of the way, I feel. Give me the power up, please. Oh, I'm going to be screwed, right? I just blow up. Okay. Please give me more power. I can always make do with more power. Maybe I can blast them when they are on the side here. There we go. Oh, yeah, it certainly feels a little bit more sluggish here than the arcade version for sure. But it does look quite nice. Some of the projectiles you can shoot down, others you can't. And yeah, it's kind of hard getting the mystery ship. Because there's like 5 million, I was going to say subscribers, but I mean invaders in the way. Come on, take that, you lousy flying saucer thing. And I had hoped there was going to be like multi-shots, like spread shots and such, but I couldn't get any in the arcade, and doesn't seem to be any here either, so... At least I'm getting more bullets here. Okay, that's getting hair-raisingly difficult here. Let's try and get them here, because... Oh no, you bastard! But I can continue. Okay. It's kind of nice that they slow down when they reach the edge of the screen. They didn't do that in the arcade, as I remember, which made it really, really tricky getting the last invaders. But here's kind of my problem with the arcade as well. The difference in speed. The game is super fast and super slow at the same time, if you know what I mean. When there's fewer invaders, it just speeds up to stupid levels, and then it's super slow. And this is kind of made worse in the ST version. And I'm not a huge fan of that. Other people may have no problem with it, but me, yeah. Come on, give me the power-up thing. Oh, I get the butterfly. Yeah, that's nice. That means that the invaders are just gonna freeze for a bit, and I can just pick them off, hopefully. Oh, come on, that wasn't for very long. Come on. And these fat invaders, they are really annoying. Oh, I got my bases. And I think we can push these up by firing at them, and if we can actually drive them into the invaders. And why do I need to blast the fat ones with so many shots? I think you only had to do that twice in the arcade. We still got some bases, but I don't think I can get... Oh, I can get underneath them. That's cool. Yeah, so far this has been visually very impressive, but it really is a little bit too sluggish for my liking. But I'm going to get him over here. Ah, now we fired a shot. Oh yes, thank you, Mr. Butterfly. Just what I needed. Ah, cattle mutilation. This was in the arcade too, of course. It's a pretty neat little stage where you need to protect the bovine, or they will be anally probed, or at least kidnapped. Who knows what these scummy aliens are doing to them. Doesn't quite work like the arcade, but hey, it's a neat little stage that is actually kind of more fun than the normal stages. Ah, come on, why am I missing here? Why am I... Ah, come on, you annoying little shit. I think the bullets were a bit faster in the arcade as well, and I think you get more points for the flying saucers the higher up they are. And I think you can also save the cows if they grab them, if you shoot them. Oop, I happened to murder the cow there. Sorry about that. But, you know, that's kind of the risks of being a cow these days. Okay, I missed every single ship there. Okay, that guy, we can't have him die or get kidnapped. And I like that the cows say thank you. Polite cows. And here we have the bovine bonus. Okay, so we get to select another stage. I think we're going to go with this one. The arcade version didn't have this, I think. Oh yes, very nice graphics. And very annoying aliens. Space Invaders. These guys were split up, which is humongously irritating. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that the SD version is so sluggish, but it's kind of fun still, I would say. I think I would have been fairly into this back in the day had I come across it, which I maybe did, or maybe that was a demo, because I don't really recognize too much beyond the kind of the first screen. Okay, everyone froze. Not sure what happened there. We have the kind of the Robotron stage. What kind of, I don't know what to call this. I don't know what these guys are. Aliens without spacesuits, flying around. And there's so many bullets. It's really quite hard finding space to attack these guys. Oh, and my slow ship doesn't make it any better. Gotcha. Oh my god, you're in such a rush. Why? No. But not a bad little game, and I mean, it does look really nice and sound good too. But come on, Taito, give me spread shots or something at least. Oh yes, the butterfly. Awesome. Gotcha. Oh yes, the filthy boss. This was quite tricky in the arcade. I got about this far, I think. But I found it really hard dealing with this thing. I think I eventually managed. I think you need to hit it in the middle, which I'm not sure if I'm managing to do correctly here, because it doesn't flash like in the arcade. Oh, I got... Please, yes, thank you. Oh, yes. This is nice. Can I use this? Oh, they're shooting angle shots. Let's see if we can be sneaky here. Can we... fire this thing? Maybe not. I think you get a little explosion if we hit the this thing correctly. It doesn't flash, but there's a little tiny explosion. At least it's easier to hit the mystery ship, or the power-up ship maybe I should call it, in the SD version than it is in the arcade. Ah, there we go. This was much easier. Yes, please give me another bonus thing, power-up or whatever. Really hard selecting your stage because it keeps bouncing back by itself. I don't know why. Oh, we got sideways scrolling, which is maybe not great on the SD because that's going to slow things down even more. And I mean, it does make the game simpler, but it's also not as much fun when it's just crawling along. Okay, please. Oh no, I think I died, right? Yeah, I did. Oh man, I want that mystery ship. Oh, it's a mystery mech It's got legs. Interesting. And I missed it. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, the slowdown is significant at this point. I think I would rather have played Better Dead than Alien, to be honest. That one was more fun and wasn't as sluggish. But it's not a bad little shooter. It's pretty cool. I think you could have gotten used to this if you were into this type of stuff. But I think we are done with this one. And we are going to head over to the review section and see what some magazines had to say about this one. ST foreman said Ricketts wasn't too impressed and he awarded the game a rating of 63%, and he wrote, "Frankly, it could have been better. Although the original game was a classic, it was just a teeny-weeny bit boring after 15 or so games. Unfortunately, although this new version has many more interest holders, there's still not enough to make this a just one more go affair. The long, unskippable sequences at the start and between games don't help either. Invaders purists will be horrified at the sacrilege done to their game. New game players will probably wonder what in space all the fuss was about to begin with. Perhaps the Invaders have been gone for just too long to undergo a successful reincarnation." And yeah, the long wait between, restarts could definitely be annoying, but you did get a fair amount of continues. But otherwise, he does raise a couple of valid points here. The once Paul Presley was more impressed and gave the game an overall of 73%, and he wrote, "Space Invaders is still just Space Invaders. There are a few original ideas thrown into Domark's interpretation, such as the strange bovine rescuing level and the extra weapons, but there isn't really enough to take your mind away from the overly simplistic gameplay. Super Space Invaders is one of those products that usually comes along once a year, has a very strange and unique idea, and fails to pull it off. If you really want a bit of nostalgia, grab a couple of 10p's and find an old arcade version." And yeah, that is quite true. The game is a little bit simplistic, especially for, 91, and this is even late 91. So maybe I would have been a bit harsher towards the game as well back in the day, considering how late this was released. But hey, at least it had some really neat graphics and animations. And with that, I'm just going to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, hope to catch you next time. Cheers!